According to the 2023 reports from WHO and the CDC, more than 1/3 of older Americans inadvertently consume compounds that harm their nerves or block mineral absorption simply by eating the wrong nuts and seeds. Even more concerning, 78% of those over 60 are deficient in magnesium, zinc, and calcium, not because they lack calories, but because raw or poorly processed seeds lock up these micronutrients right in the gut. I'm a physician specializing in geriatric metabolism. 3 decades of practice have taught me that the label superfood is sometimes just shiny packaging. A young body can self-correct, but past 60, the liver, kidneys, and brain all slow down, and what once acted as an antioxidant for a 30-year-old can become a toxin accumulating in a 60-year-old. In this video, I will name 3 seeds you'd think harmless, but that in fact ravage your liver, your nerves, or block mineral uptake. And I'll introduce 3 safe alternatives that nourish your heart, strengthen your bones, and keep your mind sharp. If you're still eating raw pumpkin seeds, chewing cardamom pods, or buying uncertified dried lotus seeds, stay until the end of this video, because you may be unknowingly shaving a decade off your lifespan. Old age isn't about giving up, it's about choosing wisely. And sometimes, the smallest things, like seeds, leave the biggest marks on your liver, heart, and brain. Without further delay, let's begin with the 3 seeds people over 60 should avoid to prevent long-term risks. And first on the red list is raw, unroasted pumpkin seeds. It may sound odd. After all, pumpkin seeds are often lauded as a natural, multivitamin mineral mine. Yet when you eat them raw, you also ingest a significant amount of phytate, a plant compound that binds iron, zinc, and magnesium into insoluble complexes. In younger people, a healthy stomach acid level breaks most of those bonds. But after 60, digestive enzymes weaken, acid production falls, and the small intestine absorbs less. As a result, those minerals remain locked up, pass straight to the colon, and are expelled in the stool. Iron deficiency leaves you inexplicably fatigued, lightheaded on standing, with brittle nails. Zinc deficiency darkens the skin, dries hair, and delays wound healing. Magnesium deficiency brings nighttime cramps, palpitations, and insomnia. That is the silent price you pay for the convenience of snacking on raw seeds. The second risk comes from salmonella. After harvest, pumpkin seeds are often sun-dried. If they aren't roasted or baked at sufficient heat, pathogens can lie dormant in the kernel for months. Healthy people may suffer only mild stomach upset, but for seniors, especially those on antacids or diabetes medications, one bout of diarrhea and dehydration can trigger dangerous drops in blood pressure, electrolyte imbalances, and cardiac complications. Symptoms aren't obvious at first, so they're easily overlooked. Persistent bloating, frequent belching, restless sleep, and waking with a heavy head. Over time, blood tests may reveal iron deficiency anemia or progressive bone loss with no other apparent cause. So must older adults break up with pumpkin seeds entirely? Not at all. The safe approach is to lightly roast them at 150–160 degrees C for about 10 minutes or soak them overnight and then dry them. Heat and moisture activate the seeds' own phytase enzyme, breaking down most of the phytate. Keep portions small, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, paired with vitamin C, rich fruits like oranges, mulberries, or bell peppers to boost iron absorption. Rotate pumpkin seeds with properly processed almonds, walnuts, or flax seeds to avoid phytate buildup. And always buy from reputable brands, avoiding home drying in humid conditions. A small change, roasting or soaking your seeds, makes a big difference for your bones, your blood, and your sleep. After 60, health doesn't come from flashy resolutions but from simple, daily habits, starting with a firm no to raw pumpkin seeds. 2 nutmeg seeds. A fragrant spice in baked goods and winter lattes, in reality, it hides a dark side that very few older adults notice. Inside each nutmeg seed are 2 potent compounds, myristicin and safrole. At very low doses, just a few finely grated flecks, they only release a pleasant, warming aroma. But when consumption approaches about 5 grams, roughly a heaping teaspoon, the body responds very differently. Myristicin travels directly to the central nervous system, distorting the neurotransmitters serotonin and dopamine in such a way that an aging brain, already sensitive from neuronal decline and reduced blood flow, becomes overloaded with signals. Within 2-3 hours, users may experience a spinning head, wavy vision, pounding heart, mild shortness of breath, trembling hands, and restless sleep with vivid dreams. The problem is that these symptoms closely mimic an acute confusional state or the onset of dementia, often leading families to panic and seek emergency care without realizing the culprit was merely the spoonful of spice powder added to a smoothie or pudding. At even higher doses, around half a whole seed, 8-10 grams, temporary psychosis, mild paranoia, disorientation, and even color-shifting hallucinations have been documented, along with rapid pulse and fluctuating blood pressure. Elderly patients on cardiovascular drugs, antidepressants, or sedatives face an even higher risk due to unpredictable drug interactions. Importantly, myristicin and safrole are not destroyed by hot water or brief cooking, so stirring them into porridge and boiling does not make them safe. The solution is simple but strict. Never treat nutmeg as a nutritious snack, do not chew roasted seeds, or grind them finely into smoothies for extra fragrance. For seniors, a daily maximum of 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg powder, sprinkled into pumpkin soup, pudding, or a warm glass of milk before bed, provides sufficient aroma while remaining safe for the nervous system. Those being treated for heart disease, Parkinson's, dementia, or sleep disorders should avoid nutmeg entirely and opt instead for warming spices such as cinnamon, ginger, or star anise. If overuse does produce tremors, dizziness, or hallucinations, inform your doctor immediately and share the exact amount you consumed so it can be distinguished from a stroke or medication side effect. In summary, nutmeg should be a mere flavor accent, never a snack. In a brain that is aging day by day, the line between delightfully aromatic and neurotoxic is thinner than one might imagine. Knowing to stop at a tiny pinch is how you safeguard memory, sleep, and heart rhythm in later life. 3. Fresh lotus seeds. Lotus seeds are often praised as a nourishing food for sleep and the nervous system, but for those over 60, this gift from the pond can become a double-edged sword if used improperly. When fresh, lotus seeds contain a high level of natural sugars and moisture, an ideal invitation for mold to grow if harvesting, drying, and storage are not handled with care. Gray patches or green speckles on the shell or on the embryo are sometimes hard to see with the naked eye, yet they hide aflatoxin, an extremely carcinogenic toxin classified by the World Health Organization. An older adult's liver already labors to process daily medications. Adding this toxin can quietly raise liver enzymes, turn skin slightly yellow, reduce appetite, and leave one fatigued for weeks without a clear cause. Another risk is the habit of snacking on raw-shelled lotus seeds for their sweet, cool taste. Before heating, the seed's natural enzymes remain active and, combined with resistant starch, make digestion difficult, leading to bloating, especially in those with slow gut motility. If you simmer seeds briefly to save gas, and they remain undercooked, any mold hidden in the core goes straight into your soup, and then your liver. The greatest danger lies in loose, dried lotus seeds sold in thin plastic bags. They feel crisp at first, but after just a few days in a humid kitchen, mold invades the cracks. Roasting again does not destroy aflatoxin, and cooking them in sweet soup masks their aroma, inadvertently delivering the toxin into your body. The solution is simple but requires discipline. When buying fresh seeds, choose ones with a white powdery bloom, free of dark spots, and that feel firm when pressed. At home, shell them, remove the embryo, rinse quickly, then seal in a Ziploc bag with the air squeezed out and freeze. Use only as needed, steaming or simmering in soup until the seeds are completely soft, the broth clear, and no off-smell remains. For dried seeds, choose products with clear labeling, A recent roast date vacuum packaging. Before cooking, soak in warm water for at least 3 hours to allow even expansion. Then simmer 45–60 minutes until the core is soft. This both eases digestion and eradicates mold. A reasonable daily portion is a small handful, about 40–50 g of dried seeds or 100 g of fresh seeds, enough to supply plant protein, magnesium, and tryptophan to support deep sleep without overloading an aging liver. In particular, those being treated for liver disease, diabetes, or taking multiple medications should split their lotus seed portion into 2 servings, eaten a few hours apart from main meals so the liver is not overburdened. If you have already eaten questionable seeds and experience fatigue, loss of appetite, or a mild discomfort under the right rib cage, see your doctor promptly and remember to mention your recent eating habits. Early detection of elevated liver enzymes can help you avoid more serious consequences. Lotus seeds remain precious and delicious, but only truly beneficial when the seeds are clean, fully cooked, and consumed in amounts suited to your liver's years of service. After having just weeded out the seeds that can silently harm your liver and nervous system, many will ask, which seeds are truly friendly for a body over 60 and deserve a place in your daily snack bowl? The first name to call is sunflower seeds, small, inexpensive seeds powerful enough to refresh blood vessels and soothe an aging memory. A handful of dry-roasted seeds, about 25 g, provides nearly 60% of your daily vitamin E requirement, vitamin E being likened to a suit of armor protecting vessel walls from rust. As a result, blood flows more smoothly to the brain, and dizziness and forgetfulness gradually ease. Along with vitamin E, sunflower seeds deliver 325 mg of magnesium per 100 g, a mineral that relaxes the smooth muscle of vessel walls, helping the heart beat steadily and keeping blood pressure gentle when you change posture. Hidden beneath their thin shell are also selenium and phytosterols. Selenium bolsters the immune system, crucial in later years when wounds heal slowly, and phytosterols compete with LDL for absorption, helping over time to clear plaque and reduce knee swelling thanks to improved circulation. To enjoy these benefits fully, roast the seeds over moderate heat for 10 minutes and let them cool naturally. Never coat them with salt or cheese powder, as high sodium promotes water retention and ankle swelling. A daily portion of just 20–30 g, a palmful, sprinkled over oatmeal, stirred into unsweetened Greek yogurt, or tucked into a snack bag in place of sweets is enough. They're naturally sweet. Nutty crunch also stimulates salivary glands, a bonus for anyone with dry mouth from heart medications. Chewing slowly sends full signals to the brain sooner, helping curb cravings for fried snacks or candy at night. However, avoid industrial sunflower butters that add sugar and cheap oils. These can spike blood sugar and negate cardiovascular benefits. Those with mouth ulcers or digestive discomfort should pause for a few days, as the shells may irritate mucous membranes. For tender teeth, soak roasted seeds in warm water for 5 minutes to soften them, then sprinkle over porridge. The aroma remains, but chewing becomes gentler. Store seeds in a dark glass jar in the refrigerator and use within 6 weeks to prevent the oil from going rancid. And don't forget the rotation rule. If you've eaten sunflower seeds today, switch to walnuts or flax seeds tomorrow to vary your intake and ensure you receive a full spectrum of nutrients without monotony. A small change like this, repeated daily, is enough to recoat your blood vessels, steady your heartbeat, and banish that peculiar afternoon drowsiness. 2. Pistachios. What may seem like mere party snacks actually act as a mini multivitamin pack for those over 60, caring for eyes, heart, and blood sugar with just a handful a day. The bright green kernels peeking from their tiny shells signal that pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 pigments that protect the retina, filter blue light, and slow macular degeneration. At the same time, resveratrol, better known from red wine, is present here in significant amounts. helping neutralize free radicals and keeping the vessels feeding your eyes and brain free from early inflammation and narrowing. Beyond this eye care duo, pistachios support balanced blood sugar thanks to an ideal ratio of protein and monounsaturated fats. Every 30 g of kernels delivers over 6 g of protein and 13 g of good lipids. Enjoyed as an afternoon snack, that protein triggers gut peptides that signal fullness and slow gastric emptying. Meanwhile, the healthy fat ensures any carbohydrates, from an apple or oatmeal, enter the bloodstream gradually, avoiding insulin spikes, crucial for anyone who's spent years battling erratic glucose levels. Hidden beneath their rich, buttery flavor is arginine, the precursor to nitric oxide. A small handful, about 10-50 nuts, provides nearly 200 mg of arginine, enough to gently relax coronary and peripheral arteries and ease that chill in your hands and feet when the wind blows. To reap these full benefits, start with raw, unsalted, unroasted pistachios. Salted varieties can contain up to 300 mg sodium per 30 g, an enemy of elderly blood pressure. For best results, buy in-shell pistachios, dry roast at 140 degrees C for 8-10 minutes to remove moisture, then store in a sealed glass jar in the fridge. Although the oil in the nuts is relatively stable, high heat or constant light can cause it to go musty and degrade the precious flavonoids. Usage is highly flexible. Late afternoon, shell 10-15 pistachios and eat them slowly with an apple or a glass of unsweetened almond milk to quell sweet cravings and keep your stomach settled until dinner. On a weekend morning, try chopping pistachios roughly and stirring them into cinnamon-spiced oatmeal with a few blueberries. This green-hued porridge delivers beta-glucan fiber plus lutein and resveratrol for eyes, heart, and brain. For a creative twist, grind the nuts into a fine powder and sprinkle over spinach and cherry tomato salad. Each tablespoon adds a gram of extra fiber along with that nutty flavor. One small note: although pistachios are low in oxalate, anyone with advanced kidney disease should consult a doctor before exceeding 30 g per day. And those on anticoagulant therapy should keep their dosage steady, since even modest vitamin K in the nuts, when accumulated, can affect INR. Pistachios aren't just a tasty treat. They are a natural tonic, bundling lutein for sharper vision, resveratrol for supple vessels, protein and healthy fats for stable blood sugar, and arginine for smooth circulation. A simple habit, shelling a few pistachios each afternoon, yields lasting benefits for golden age health. 3. Almonds. Those small, brown pebbles encased in silky skins conceal a rare nutritional symphony. Just 10 almonds deliver nearly 6 g of unsaturated fat, 3 g of plant protein, almost 40 mg of magnesium, and over 4 mg of alpha-tocopherol vitamin E. In people over 60, whose vessels have lost elasticity and whose nerves are creaking under oxidative stress, this magnesium, vitamin E duo works like two pipeline repairers. Magnesium relaxes the smooth muscle to reduce vascular spasms, while vitamin E sweeps away free radicals, preventing further microabrasions to the vessel's inner lining. The result: softer blood pressure and warmer hands and feet. The healthy fats in almonds also coat cell receptors with a slick layer, making them more insulin sensitive. Thus, blood sugar after an almond-enhanced breakfast rises gently and levels off instead of spiking and crashing. A lesser-known benefit: almonds contain a small phenolic compound called naringenin, along with manganese, together supporting the superoxide dismutase enzyme in the brain. When nourished, neurons resist oxidative damage, keeping signals clear so older adults can remember grandchild's names, medication schedules, and stay calmer. The roughly 10% soluble fiber in almonds absorbs water to form a smooth intestinal gel, slowing carbohydrate absorption and simultaneously feeding beneficial gut bacteria, relieving the chronic constipation of old age. How to enjoy them? Each morning, soak 10-12 almonds overnight in a cup of water, then drain and eat with a bowl of oatmeal. The softened skins are gentler on a sensitive stomach. On hot days, blend 20 soaked almonds with 250 ml warm water and a pinch of cinnamon, then strain for a cooling, lactose-free almond milk. For an afternoon snack, sprinkle a few halved almonds over a spinach banana smoothie. Their richness curbs sweet cravings and keeps you full until dinner. If you crave crunch, dry roast at 140 degrees C for 8 minutes to toast the aroma while preserving healthy fats. Avoid salted or caramel-coated varieties, which burden your vessels with excess sodium and refined sugar. Those restricting protein due to advanced kidney disease or taking potassium-lowering medications should limit to under 6 almonds per day and monitor electrolytes regularly. For everyone else, almonds are a compact multi-tool. They protect vessels, nourish nerves, stabilize blood sugar, and gently cleanse the gut. All in one handy handful, you can easily make a daily, enjoyable habit. If you've stayed with me this far, you've probably realized health after 60 doesn't have to mean an ever longer list of medications. Instead, real power comes from very small changes repeated each day, like picking the right seeds and using them the right way. We've just unmasked 3 hidden troublemakers. Raw pumpkin seeds, they bind iron, zinc, and magnesium, and can harbor infection risks. Nutmeg, just a few grams, can overstimulate the nervous system and trigger arrhythmias. Fresh lotus seeds stored poorly, a fertile breeding ground for aflatoxin, which damages the liver. And we've also chosen 3 worthy allies for every kitchen. Sunflower seeds supply vitamin E, selenium, and magnesium to keep blood vessels supple. Pistachios deliver resveratrol and lutein to protect your eyes, plus protein to curb hunger and arginine to dilate vessels. Almonds are a vault of vitamin E, fiber, and healthy fats that help joints stay flexible and blood sugar remain steady after meals. None of these benefits appear overnight. They accumulate when you stay consistent day after day. Today, try swapping a salty snack bag for 10 pistachios, sprinkling a handful of sunflower seeds over your morning porridge, or soaking 12 almonds overnight for your afternoon treat. In 30 days, your body will thank you with steadier hands, sharper recall, deeper sleep, and lab results you'll love. As a physician, I truly believe the best medicine is knowledge turned into daily action. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit the bell so we can dive deeper into nutrition for our golden years. Don't forget to like and share. Your friends and family, also lost in the superfood maze, will thank you for the compass. And finally, tell me in the comments, which seed will you start with? I'll be there to respond to every story and walk alongside you on the journey to simple, sustainable, and profoundly effective health.